the must-see superhero movie. What's that mean? The must-see superhero movie. Hugh Jackman returns as the Wolverine and faces his ultimate nemesis in an action-packed life-or-death battle that takes him to modern-day Japan. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be life or death?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's hard to read. I'm kind of vamping while I read the... Vulnerable for the first time and pushed to his limits, Logan confronts not only lethal samurai Steel, but also his inner struggle against his own immortality. An epic fight that will leave him forever changed. So he's fighting swords and the inability to be killed by them.
So yes, after X-Men First Class made people like X-Men again and showed that you can make a good X-Men movie without Wolverine, they immediately went, let's do another solo Wolverine movie.
It's his time to shine.
And I remember at that time being like, okay. This one's weird because X-Men First Class made a bunch of changes to the film continuity. And I was like, okay, I guess they're rebooting and just picking and choosing what they like from the previous films. But then this film comes out and it's a straight up sequel to X-Men The Last Stand. Wolverine is sad. I guess he was a X-Man for a few years and then quit.
Yep.
Went to go to the woods to live with a bear.
Which is what you do.
And he has long hair now, but we were talking, okay, what kind of long hair Wolverine do you like? Where it's just natural and falls down? Or you like the Wolverine long hair that just keeps going up and up and up?
Yeah, I want Frank Miller Wolverine hair out to here.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's my favorite Wolverine long hair, where it just keeps growing up toward the sky. They didn't do that for this.
No.
Gravity exists.
He has a nice JoJo's haircut in this one. They're going full anime with it.
His eventual haircut when they shave it. It's a very toned down Wolverine haircut. But the film opens up in Japan, Nagasaki, the day it gets bombed.
And we know he was there because X-Men Origins Wolverine told us that he was in all the wars.
I guess Victor was just one town over. He was in Hiroshima.
It's weird that Victor's not in this movie at all. For how much he's been in everything else, you would at least expect a cameo somewhere.
He's there. He saves the guy's life, flashes to the future.
Saves him from a nuke, by the way. I don't think you should skip over this scene.
I shouldn't. You're right.
No, because it's awesome.
Yeah.
He saves this guy, and the guy is being protected by Wolverine from nuclear blast next to him. And Wolverine's getting all melted up and his body's getting charred. And I thought that was pretty cool. It was a great way to start a movie, is him saving a guy from a nuke. And the guy is really happy that he saves his life, so much so that he does great things to him later on.
He was supposed to die. He was supposed to kill himself, but he didn't want to. And I think Godzilla -1 stole that plot point from this film.
Oh yeah. I if I had seen the movie, if I could remember watching the movie.
No, you don't remember.
I have amnesia.
That's right. You only remember Wolverine movies.
Right. I would agree with you.
Real quick question. So I get that Wolverine can heal and grow stuff back.
Yeah.
How does his healing factor know which haircut to grow back?
Well, hair's dead already. So maybe it doesn't have anything to do with his healing factor. It's the only
But he
part
grows back his hair and it looks exactly how it did before. Like, how did it know that he wanted his haircut just like that?
Genetics.
So
maybe there is a genetic resting place that he always goes back to.
His healing factor knows when he has a haircut that he likes. So if he gets hurt, they have to grow back that specific
or just
haircut.
maybe he doesn't like that haircut, but that's just the one he gets. Like, what if he doesn't have a choice?
No, I'm saying before and after the blast, he has the same exact haircut.
But what if that's the default haircut? Like, for his genetics or whatever.
Maybe it is.
It's the perfect length or whatever. It's the perfect... Because his muscles grow back perfectly, right?
Yeah. Oh, God. He is the most jacked in this one.
Yes.
He is the most
He finally took that
jacked.
seriously.
Yeah. I should have
He is Hugh Jack. Man.
Yes. Yeah. That's the joke. It's a very old joke.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so we find out the reason he's sad is because Jean, and me and Monica have talked about this on the show, he really needs to get over Jean. They made out once.
Yeah, she didn't seem that into him even.
She was into him, but she chose her husband. They made out once, and she immediately regretted it and brought up her husband. Yep. And then the second time they made out was when she was the Phoenix and kind of possessed and wasn't really herself, and then she
Yeah.
tried to kill him. So they've only kissed twice, and it was followed up by something horrible. And he's just like, that was the love of my life, and I want her back. And it's like, really?
I think it's because he thinks he can fix her. I
Well,
really
he couldn't.
think that.
He literally couldn't. He had
cannot.
to kill her, actually.
Yeah.
And I guess there were just no other hot women at the X Mansion. Storm, who's she? What the hell?
Not into her.
That's the biggest thing. It's just like, wait a minute, like Storm's single and like your age and also hot. Like,
No, nobody's his age. He's older than everybody.
okay,
There's-
yeah, I
also-
guess so. I guess so. I
And
guess
by
you're
that
right.
logic, there are plenty of students there too.
And also, he probably just has a thing for gingers.
So yeah, he's living in the woods. He's forced out of the woods by we just looked up her name, Yukio, who works for a famous, very wealthy man, Yoshida. And she's like, hey, you got to come back to Japan to meet this old guy. And he's like, I don't fucking remember who this old guy is. I have amnesia. I got to go cry about Gene.
Yeah.
She's like, no, stop crying about Gene for 1 minute. Let's go. We got to go to Japan. And he's like, okay. So he gets there and the old man's just like, you saved my life. And now I have an offer for you. I want to kill you.
All of these movies are about this too, and I hate that. It's like a whiny guy trying to die.
Yeah.
No, he's like, this guy wants to be immortal and wants to steal Wolverine's powers. But I like how Wolverine's like, you don't want that. And this guy who was afraid to die is like, I do want immortality.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, do these people who want immortality so bad never think about what happens once the Earth is gone? And
I don't think they do.
no, like, you're immortal.
I think they assume that space travel will be a thing and they can get off Earth.
And they're right.
Yeah.
There's still that.
No,
but, like,
immortality's great. I don't know what.
no, what about the heat death of the universe then?
Who cares?
I do.
Wolverine's
You're
a
immortal.
crybaby.
You're immortal.
Live
You're gonna live
forever.
for
Live
9
through it.
billion years.
You can time travel or go to another dimension.
Yeah, by then you could just go back to the beginning. Yeah. It would be nothing.
Is dimensions
Maybe
like
there's
are
a
there?
multiverse. You can get out of this universe into another universe.
Oh my fucking god! You're delaying the problem. You're delaying the eventual
And also,
problem.
you hate multiverses, right?
Yeah.
Why do you?
I don't like immortality.
What?
Actually, I think they explored this in that movie with Hugh Jackman. What was it called? There's a movie where he's immortal, and I think it ends with him just like floating in space. The Fountain.
not
Was
seen
it called The
that.
Fountain? I think.
We'll have to watch
I
it.
might be misremembering the movie, but I think it's The Fountain.
He's a type of immortal in The Prestige as well.
Yes, and Van Helsing. He really likes playing people who want to live forever. So yeah.
No, he doesn't want to live forever. He wants to cry about it and die.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the guy's just like, hey, look, I'll take away your healing factor. I want it, but you'll still like, because he still technically has a young body, so you'll still live like a long life.
A young body.
Yeah, and realistically, Wolverine should be like, wouldn't my adamantium poison me? And he's like,
He couldn't move anymore. He would just be on the ground like, ow.
Although the guy does
Heavy.
specialize in adamantium, so maybe he's
Yeah.
like, we'll take that out of you first. But
The deal's
Wolverine,
weird.
Wolverine turns it down. You find out more about this family that like Yoshida doesn't want to give the company to his son, played by Hiroyuki Sanada, who was just on Shogun and a bunch of other stuff.
Okay.
He wants to give it to his granddaughter, Mariko.
Yes.
So there's like tension between the dad and his daughter over who gets the company. The old man dies. And then Yukio, her mutant power is to like know when people are going to die and how.
yeah.
She's not able to predict how the old man died. She screwed up.
Yeah. She also doesn't warn Logan about Logan.
No,
in
she
the
does.
movie.
There's like a whole scene where she warns him.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
She literally stops him and tells him the whole scene about how he's going to die.
Not like the Charles Xavier. I mean, okay. Yeah, I guess.
In this movie.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes. Anyway.
That wasn't planned.
Yeah, so Wolverine gets embedded in their family drama, and there's a whole conspiracy. We got ninjas. We got Madam Hydra, but she's not called Madam Hydra. She's Viper, played by a hot Russian lady, Svetlana something.
Tits need to be bigger.
Yeah, but they're fine. She's a model.
Bigger.
You find out she's like kind of shady. She's also a mutant who can like mix toxins and venoms and whatnot, and makes robots apparently. She suppresses his healing factor. It still works. It just doesn't work as quick as it's supposed to. So we do get a kind of vulnerable Wolverine in this. But not super vulnerable. It's not like Superman with kryptonite. It's like, oh, this adds a little bit of tension to the film. Because with overpowered heroes, you have to figure out a way around like their power. You got to figure out clever ways to make them weak. And I thought they came up with a good idea on this one where like there's something draining his power.
I think more importantly though, he's also emotionally weak with that chick.
Yeah.
Living with that chick.
Vulnerable.
And you know, he's like, "Oh, I love loving happy life. Oh, I'm having
everyone
a lovely
he
life."
loves dies, and sometimes he has to kill them, like that bear and Jean. If you had to choose between Jean and the bear, who would you choose, Rogue Salad?
Jean or the bear?
Yeah.
Obviously, Jean.
Oh, wow. We found one. Found one woman that won't choose the bear.
Yeah.
We did it.
Because Jean's a chick.
Instead of a man.
What if it was a man and a bear? Who are you choosing?
The dude, obviously.
Whoa.
See, same thing, same effect.
Wow. Who the fuck would want to be with the bear?
A lot of women on Twitter, apparently.
Do you know what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so this one has an interesting story. I dig it, but the action's awesome, and it's got ninjas. Wolverine
have
fights
ninjas.
ninjas, which are cool. That's pretty much the reason I love this movie, because it's Wolverine fighting ninjas.
I mean, it's metal on metal action.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this a spam call? God damn it, spam.
Is it spam? Hold on, give it to me, give it to me. She's a little busy right now. I have a question for you, though. Okay, what Wolverine movie is your favorite Wolverine movie? Now, I'm talking about the solo movies, X-Men Origins Wolverine, The Wolverine, and Logan, not the actual mainline X-Men movies. Which one is your favorite?
The X-Men Origins.
You're an idiot.
Dude, I am undefeated. Wow. What a hero.
I never actually read the Wolverine Japan comics, have you?
Yeah. It's pretty accurate for the love interest part of it.
Yeah.
For the Mariko relationship.
I think
and
some of that
stuff.
was in the animated series. I did watch the
Yeah.
animated series adaptation, which, I mean, those are always loose adaptations.
Yeah, the Wolverine anime stuff's good.
Oh, I never seen that. I gotta check that out. But yeah, it's just a solid time for like the first two acts. That train fight is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
good.
Spider-Man 2 levels train fight.
It's not Shang-Chi levels of a
No,
public
that's like a
trans-
stupid
transit
joke
fight.
movie that is terrible. Let's not
You
even
have the worst
don't compare
taste.
Shang-Chi to like real movies.
What? Why? It's a great movie.
No, Shang-Chi's bad.
No, it's a good movie.
No, Shang-Chi is the X-Men Origins of the MCU.
Sounds awesome.
Oh, how I described X-Men Origins when it came out, I'm like, this is the Mortal Kombat annihilation of superhero films. It has too many characters and the effects look terrible.
Way too many characters, bad effects. I agree.
But this one's
Great
good.
effects and only 6 characters.
Yeah. Oh, I do like that they figured out a way for him to do a fastball special with like the speed from the train. I thought that was cool as shit.
Yeah.
That whole fight is awesome. When he's fighting all the ninjas in the village at the end is cool. When he's got like all like the bow and arrows in him. His fight with Yoshida, younger Yoshida, Sonata's character, that's cool because he's wearing like the samurai armor, but he's not wearing the helmet. So I'm like, wait, is this Silver Samurai? Shouldn't he be wearing like the full samurai suit? We see that the suit's there.
Shouldn't Wolverine be wearing this bad boy?
We'll talk about that at the end. But then we find out that no, there's another, because that guy dies. We find out there's another Silver Samurai.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Silver Samurai.
It's the old man. He lived.
Is he silver because of his gray hair or because of his sword?
Bazinga.
Okay. Okay. Here's my problem.
Yes.
I remember when the movie was coming out, I thought it looked good, and then I saw a couple previews with a robot. And then I saw the posters for these were awesome. They're on the cover there. Those like hand-drawn images of Wolverine with the Japanese flag. They made one for the robot, and I went, "What? What is that robot?" I'm like, "Where's Silver Samurai? Why is he fighting a robot?" And then I'm like, "Oh, they made Silver Samurai a robot." Now I was ready for a cyber-enhanced Silver Samurai.
Yeah.
I was ready for that. Just this one looks too much like the Destroyer from Thor and a Transformer.
They all look like that. back to the Zack Snyder stuff. They all
Oh yeah, Zack Snyder must have loved
They
the
all
fucking
just
Silver
look like
Samurai
that.
in this. Yeah, that
all
is
third
the
act bad guys.
the third act of the film. Like the tail end is weird for me because then
Yeah.
suddenly Viper is in a green latex outfit.
Yeah.
They're in a. I mean, they had a futuristic lab a little bit earlier, but now they're in a different, more futuristic lab, and now there's a CGI robot. I'm like, okay, I'm fine with all of this. It's just the rest of the movie didn't have this, so hitting us with these comic book cartoony elements at the tail end is jarring.
Oh, that's just Japanese people stuff. That's not even cartoony or comic booky.
But you know what I mean? Like he's fighting
Yeah.
like regular Yakuza at first. Like the Viper lady is like spitting venom and stuff, but she's not wearing like a supervillain costume.
No,
and then
yeah.
at the end, she's suddenly wearing like a Power Rangers outfit, and there's a freaking robot. You're like,
So you're
"Oh."
saying they should have been wearing the outfits the whole time. It should
Yeah.
have been crazy the
I
whole
mean, you
time.
figure out a way to do it, I guess.
It is weird.
They
The
keep
third
trying to be
act is
too
weird.
realistic with Wolverine.
Huh?
They're trying to be too realistic with Wolverine all the time. Don't put him in a real world.
I mean, X-Men Origins wasn't realistic.
He's a logger. That's real realistic.
Isn't he a logger in this one too?
No, in this one he's going to Japan.
No, this one he just lives in the woods.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what he does for money.
He doesn't
That
need
is-
money anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's probably going to Japan for money.
No, he
reasons.
went to Japan to say bye to the guy and got roped into this whole drama.
Why would he say goodbye to the guy if it weren't for money?
I don't know. Felt like he needed to.
We don't need to cover again how you don't understand mourning or human connections or any of that.
Okay. How do you feel about the Silver Samurai being able to cut off his claws with a hot adamantium sword?
Awful.
That
Terrible.
makes sense.
Huh?
It's like
Great. It's a good idea.
no, I
What beats
hate it.
adamantium? Adamantium?
A super hot adamantium. I guess that's the only way to do it.
Well, hot metal cuts through metal.
I guess so.
Doesn't it have to be like one is stronger than the other in order to pierce it?
They're
Like
both exactly the same strength, but it's melting the other one, right?
Yeah.
So like,
The other one is thicker and bigger and hot.
yeah.
So
the
I guess
hotness is what
I
lets
don't
it
know.
cut through.
That was like a weird. I mean, it's another cool way to make him like more vulnerable is to get rid of the
Yeah.
adamantium claws.
I just
Man, do you not know how blacksmithery works? You heat up the metal and then it's malleable.
yeah.
Yeah.
But don't you need like a harder metal to beat it?
That's
I
the
assumed
hardest
it took
metal.
a really long time to get adamantium to
Like
like
hot.
its liquid form.
Yeah.
But here it's just like, let me just light up my sword for a little bit. Boop, gotcha. Although that was a big that got a reaction in the theater when his claws first got cut off. Everyone went, "Oh my god!" because no one was expecting it.
It's painful to. He also has bone marrow
Yeah.
in the middle of that, so that must be like really painful.
Yeah,
So
Yes.
I saw that and I winced because I felt this pain.
yeah.
That's what happened to my other hand.
The Silver Samurai cut it off.
yeah.
But
off
yeah, you
the-
find out the Silver Samurai is the old guy. He was orchestrating it all, and then he gets killed by his granddaughter and her friend,
Which
who predicts people are gonna die. Her ninja boyfriend died. He went away. Yeah, the last act kind of kills it for me. Although it is fun to see the Viper girl get hit in the head and break her neck after she goes bald. That's kind of fun.
The third act, it just converges weird. All of it converges. I feel like the first two acts set it up well, and then, a good movie, you need a good execution of the third act, and the third act is not very well executed. It goes by too fast, and it's like, oh, now this chick doesn't want to be with you anymore.
Well, she does, but I think he wants to get out of there.
I think
Yeah.
she values the company more.
The movie really loses steam after the big ninja fight. The
Yeah.
fight with the bad guy, the first samurai is awesome. When he shoots the
Yeah.
claws through his neck, that was cool. The fight with all the ninjas is cool as hell. Also, there was a little bit of stakes in that first fight because it starts when he's pulling the robot out off his heart and he almost
Right.
dies.
Yeah.
Because she imagines him die. She's like, "You will die with
She's
your
like-
heart in your hand." But I guess he died for a second, and his healing factor brought him back.
Counts.
That's also a cool moment because that's like when he's fully healed and he's like his muscles are like rippling and shit. That's awesome. And then all the arrows in Wolverine is awesome. Although I think there was like an extended cut where it was a little bit more graphic. I think he throws a guy through like a grinder or something. I would have liked to have seen that.
We
in
should
the
have
film.
gotten that version.
This one should have been rated R more than all the other ones, really. But yeah, the schlocky superhero ending, I know that's something weird to complain about in the superhero film, but it just doesn't fit the tone of the rest of the film. Is weird. And we would have gotten the Wolverine suit at the end, the classic yellow suit, but they cut it out.
Yeah.
Did you know about that, Mint?
I did not know.
In a briefcase on a plane. They film him opening it.
And it's you just see the gloves and the mask. However, it's funny because they definitely reshot the ending, but there must have been like the scene where he like kisses Mariko or like talks to her. They like that take really good.
Yeah.
So in the background, you see Mariko.
Mariko.
In the background, you see Yukio get handed the case with the Wolverine suit, and she's holding it. Then it cuts to a close up of like Wolverine. It cuts back. The case is just gone.
Oh.
She's just sitting there. So like, they must have been like,
she got jealous and hit it.
No, I'm guessing they like did a reshoot of it,
Yeah.
but they liked that take more, and they were like, let's hope no one notices the disappearing case in the background.
You noticed it.
I didn't notice it the first time. I
there
didn't
you
notice
go.
it until I found out about the deleted ending, and then when I
Oh.
watched, I'm like, oh, there's the case. Oh, there it is. It's gone now.
Yeah. Oh, they did plan for that.
Why? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the practical reason of having a very, very yellow outfit?
Well, it was a little darker. It's more based on his like brownish yellow black
Okay.
one. Yeah, it's not that one. It's not like the one that he's about to
Again,
wear.
I explain this to everybody every single day of my life, but the reason superheroes can dress like this is because they're usually fucking impossible to kill.
Yeah.
Logan can wear this and draw bullet fire. The mutants all dress like this meant so that they stand out on purpose. Like, that's why the X-Men wear this stuff.
So you can direct your attention.
You're right. You're right. I bet if we went out in public, you would definitely stand out. Me and Mint would just be totally ignored.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah,
that's
I-
just.
With
More
your
people took
sexy
pictures
biceps.
of me than with you guys.
They're like, there's just a Southern Belle and a Leather Daddy walking around.
The two of you do look normal now in this century.
Yeah, I guess I could fit in now.
You could just walk around like that, I think.
This one's fun, and this is James Mangold's first X-Men film.
Which, I mean, I wish you didn't get to do them at all.
You really don't like this one?
This one's all right, but
This one's better than Origin.
Yes.
yes, it's a little bit better than Origins.
Yeah.
But that's because the comics it's based on is so much better than Origins.
Yeah.
But it follows so much less of the comics than Origins does of its comics.
Yeah. I don't know. It gave me what I wanted action-wise from like
Yeah.
a Wolverine thing, but yeah, I
It's a good like ninja movie, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I want a Wolverine movie like in Madripoor fighting pirates and stuff. I don't know. I'm not gonna get what I want. I want a 5'4" guy fighting pirates.
I enjoyed it for what it was. It's solid. The music's really good in it. The ninja stuff's cool. I'm trying to think of. My favorite scene is when like the boyfriend is like cheating on Mariko, and Wolverine finds out, and he throws him off the balcony. And she's like, "How did you know there was a pool down there?" He's like, "I didn't.
I didn't.
He's just gonna kill that guy."
Oh, what's my favorite scene? It's got to be the fight with the first samurai, the son.
yeah, that was cool.
That was good.
And like I said, that train scene is awesome.
Yeah,
That train scene's so
I like trains.
cool. Do you like trains?
I like trains. I like the train scene, but what I really liked was I like seeing Wolverine in the woods. It was cool
In the beginning?
in the beginning.
You just
when
want
he
him
was,
to be happy.
He's in the
and
woods in
live
most
the
of these
woods.
movies.
I like seeing him in the woods.
So your favorite part of this movie is something you've seen him do in other movies.
yeah, but these woods were cool.
You're gonna be really disappointed by Logan when we review that in a few minutes. Surprising lack of woods.
At the end, they saved the woods for the end. They knew that would be Rogue
That's all
Sally's
it-
favorite
yeah,
scene.
that's the big peak at the end is the Canadian Wild.
But yeah, this one did okay. It wasn't like no one really talks about it too much, but I guess it did
No.
okay enough.
It's very standalone. Like it's a good
Yeah.
solo movie.
Except for, I mean, it is a sequel to the trilogy, and then I guess he finds inner peace and he's able to let go of
Right.
Jean, the girl. Again, another guy's wife he made out with twice, and the second time she tried to kill him.
Well, he found a new lady to
He found a
wish
new
for.
lady who I guess will die in a few years because Days of Future Past is what came after this.
You know.
And somehow he got metal again. I'm assuming Magneto gave him metal claws again because that was a little weird in Days of Future Past where he suddenly had metal claws. I'm like, didn't those
Yeah.
get cut off?
Didn't those? Well, they grow back.
Yeah. But this is also, I guess Professor X came back to life in 2006 when he died, he put his conscience in a secret twin brother he had. That was what the end of X-Men: The Last Stand.
None of these movies are in the same universe. I think they're all
this one
they're
is.
all variant stories.
This one is. This one definitely for the first three.
I just kind of treat them as their own individual thing.
Now, after this, you kind of have to. You kind of have to after this.
Yeah, like how does Logan follow the first three movies?
Well, Logan, I think, is a little bit more self-contained.
but it follows this one. which
Yeah, I'll
follows the
explain.
first
I'll explain
three.
that when we get to that one. But yeah, it sets up for the return of Professor X. I guess Wolverine had no idea he came back to life, and I guess Professor X has been hiding for years. What's he been doing?
He's been thinking.
I like that his new body is also a paraplegic. How convenient.
Wow.
How
It
convenient.
didn't start that way. Actually, he came back totally healthy, and then it was an accident, and it was really embarrassing that he got paraplegic.
He's like, I better walk
again.
in my new body. And they're like, you haven't walked in 30 years. Ah! And he
He didn't know how to do it. Falls down the stairs, and then he's just too ashamed of himself to come to be in public again.
Final thought on the Wolverine.
The Wolverine, it's all right. It's okay, but is it as bad as X-Men Origins? No.
Okay.
I'd say put in the middle.
Final thought on the Wolverine.
I think it's the second best of the trilogy. Right in the middle.
I love you're just spoiling your thing. That's okay.
Wait,
no, that's fine.
Big
That's fine. That's
reveal
fine.
at the end. I don't.
That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Yeah, my final thought. Solid film. Weak third act. It should have been a samurai, not a robot. Next up, Logan.